it's Gretchen. Welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited for today's video because I'm going to be showing you how to make healthy as fudge raw fermented cacao chocolate truffles. This is what we're gonna do. You are going to need these really handy dandy chocolate truffle trays that I bought on Amazon. I'll link them below. I'm going to be using heart-shaped truffle trays today and some cute roses, flowers, and these little gift boxes. So you can either use these for Valentine's Day or you can buy other chocolate trays for any day of the year. Fermented cacao powder. I found this one on Amazon too. It's a great company. It's called Wildly Organic. I'll link that below. Coconut oil. I also like this one by Wildly Organic, because it is virgin and unrefined, which is the only type of coconut oil you want to consume. We're going to be using raw honey. Raw honey. You can get this at the local farmer's market. You can also find it at Whole Foods. And if you don't have raw honey, if you don't want to have raw honey, you can also use a little bit of stevia extract, but I'm not going to be using stevia extract. It's just an option. Organic vanilla extract. This is totally optional. I really like my truffles to be salty, so we have some sea salt for today. And then we're also going to be needing a little pan and some measuring spoons. So just so you know, I love chocolate, but the problem is there isn't healthy chocolate at the grocery store. A lot of it is made with cocoa powder, which is pretty much junk because it's been heated to such high temperatures that there's no nutrients left. It has phytic acid, which is why I choose this fermented cacao powder. Cacao that's been fermented for 3 to 5 days is much healthier because it helps remove the phytic acid. And we don't want to consume phytic acid because phytic acid binds to minerals in our body. We don't actually absorb those minerals. So when we thought we were absorbing all these good things in the cacao, we actually aren't, because the phytic acid bound to those minerals and then literally just went out of our body. So fermented cacao powder is the way to go. I'm obsessed with dark chocolate. I never eat milk chocolate because there's really no benefit there, and it's normally loaded with sugar too. So I want a high quality dark chocolate. There's like 1 or 2 brands at the store that you might be able to find that are high quality, but I think making my own chocolate is the highest quality because it has only a few ingredients and I know what those ingredients are and I did it myself. So that's why I make my own chocolate now. I'm not telling you to go all crazy like this is the healthiest thing on earth. Eat as much as possible, but you can definitely enjoy 2 pieces, 1 to 2 pieces every day and not have to feel guilty about it, because I do all the time. Literally, I'm just consuming coconut oil, fermented cacao, a little bit of raw honey, and some nice sea salt. What's so wrong with that? Nothing. Okay, let's get started. First up, we're going to warm up the coconut oil in a saucepan on the stove over low to medium heat. It's gonna take about 30 seconds to get to a completely melted state, which is what you want. And then you can take it off the heat. You could also use a spoon instead of your finger, but you know what? Whatever. This is a really healthy, good fat for you. I don't feel guilty when I have coconut oil. It's good for your skin, it's antibacterial, gives you energy, it's great for your brain. I eat it plain all the time. I also shave with it. Coconut oil's great. I use it on my baby trip. Okay, so we're gonna warm this up on the stove for a few seconds. I've got my warmed up coconut oil completely liquid. I'm going to pour it into this glass pitcher, which will make it easier to work with when I pour the chocolate into the trays. 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Pour this right in. 3 tablespoons of raw honey, but depending on how much sugar you want in your dark chocolate, you can really adjust for personal preference, but this is what I like to do. I don't know how else you would put honey in without using your finger. It's just too big of a deal, so this is how I do it. Mix that nicely so it's really nice and uniform. It takes a minute for the honey to really blend with the coconut oil. Then we do the fermented cacao powder, and we're going to do half a cup of this as well. And then we're going to give that a really good stir till it's completely mixed in and you have a very thick chocolate liquid. So now we have our thick chocolate liquid ready to go. We're going to pour it right into the chocolate trays. This recipe is really easy and it literally takes 5 minutes. Put the trays on a baking sheet. I find that it's easier to start with them on a baking sheet because they're kind of flimsy, and when you put them in the fridge they will spill if you don't have a nice base. So when we pour the chocolate into the trays, leave a little bit of room at the top, not only so they don't spill out when you put them into the fridge, but also so there's a little room because sometimes the honey separates from the chocolate liquid and stays at the bottom, and if you don't put the honey back into all the chocolates at the end, the chocolate will not have any sweetener in it and it'll just literally be unsweetened dark chocolate. So I like to go back at the end and make sure that all the honey is evenly distributed throughout all the truffles. Go slowly. This takes finesse. So carefully pour your chocolate liquid into the trays. I'm going to do a few hearts, roses, daisies, and then I've also got these cute gifts. You can make these truffles for Valentine's Day, but you can also make them any day of the year. I've been making them once a week, and then I enjoy 1 or 2 at night after dinner. So you can make them all year round, but you can also make them for holidays. Why not? Okay, so now I've gotten to that point where it is very thick at the bottom, and I know that this is the honey that's separated from the chocolate liquid. So now I'm going to go through and make sure that I hit every single truffle again with this honey mixture to make sure that every truffle gets the same amount of sweetener. A little bit of honey for you, honey for you. This is the last step, totally optional. I like the salty, sweet dark chocolate. So to really top it off, go through with some sea salt and just grind a little bit over top the trays, and you'll have that really salty, amazing truffle when you bite into it with that sweet taste too. I mean, it's like so gourmet. Let's do this. Okay, so a little bit of salt. Not too much, you know, just a little bit. Okay, I wanna know, how do you prefer your chocolate? Super dark and sweet, or super dark and sweet and salty? Tell me in the comments below. Okay, all done, and now I'm gonna throw these in the refrigerator, and in about 1 hour, they'll be completely firm. Truffles are all done, just took them out of the fridge. It was a little bit over an hour, and I actually tested a few minutes ago, or like 10 or 15 minutes ago, and I knew that they weren't ready because when I took them out of the trays, the tops of them were kind of getting stuck to the tray, and that's basically the honey that wasn't firm yet. The honey takes longer than the chocolate. So keep that in mind. You know that they're not done if they're sticking to the trays. So now I'm just gonna take them out of the trays, pop them out like this, super easy. See, look at that. Nice and molded, there's your gift. And I'm gonna pop it into this glass tray, which is how I'm gonna store it in the fridge. They have to be stored in the fridge, otherwise they'll melt. So I'm gonna pop out all these truffles and put it into this glass container. All done. Here's my truffles. Ready to serve, ready to eat. Okay, should we try one? So good. I don't even know why you would ever buy store-bought chocolate ever again. You're not missing out. In fact, this is better than any chocolate I've ever eaten. The top of it is a chewy honey, and then the bottom of that is that really rich, dark cacao. It's so good. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my channel. And when you subscribe, click the bell next to it and you'll get my alerts so you always see my new videos when I post them. I'd really appreciate if you leave me a thumbs up. See you soon!